I found myself on Black TikTok recently. I don't know how I got there, okay? But I just have a message to my fellow white people. Hey guys, we're so stinky. We are so smelly, you know? We are just so smelly.
If you are a Black content creator here on this app, and you start your videos with, "Dear white people, we don't want your advice." Okay? We don't want your advice.
Do you think all white people are oppressors?
I'm gonna go with yes.
I am actively feeling oppressed by you, by the way.
Wow.
In what way do you think you're actively oppressing me?
All white people contribute to racism in some way.
Art is always political. As the white friend at this event, I'm going to go ahead and say to the women who look like me, to the men who look like me, it's incredibly important to remember that so much of what we love in America comes from Black culture, and white people need to show up for Black people.
I found myself on Black TikTok recently. I don't know how I got there, okay? But I just have a message to my fellow white people. Hey guys, we're so stinky. We are so smelly, you know? We are just so smelly. And I think here's what I've pulled, okay? All right. I feel as if, first of all, a washcloth, it's so cheap, it's so cheap, it's so handy. Yeah, it is. And it can, fun fact, it goes in the washing machine so you don't need to keep buying. Anyway, you know it's not working, and here's what I'm hearing. Here's what I'm hearing is happening. A little soap, a little, all done. Hey guys, your body's bigger than that. You know, when I'm coughing because I just ripped a crazy dab, my kneecaps sweat. You know, my kneecaps are sweating. And you know what? I'm walking in my stinky, smelly feet all the time. I'm standing in water. Hey girl, that's not good enough. Hey girl, that's not good enough. The water's hitting my butt cheeks. Hey sister, that's not good enough. I know that I have 25% male audience. They're creeping, you know? And I know that I got some white men here, okay? Hey guys, it can always be better. And here's the thing, I have a feeling that the reason why white people are so stinky smelly is it's like a white supremacy thing. And don't, it's because I think that it's like whiteness is cleanliness, is purity. I'm clean. No, we're not. We're not. Do you know what a dry brush is? Hi. Do you know what a dry brush is? What's that? I'm no pony. You, please. Oh, anyway. Dry brush, I'm serious, guys. I'm actually serious. A dry brush, we use it before the shower. Okay? Little gentle strokes. My skin, it's too sensitive. It's too pure and sensitive. No. That's because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're exfoliating for the first time, okay? Some gentle strokes. You're gonna see flakes are gonna be flying like fireworks, sister, and that's okay. That's okay. I grew up with my friends being like, oh my God, I'm ashy, I need lotion. And here's me, I'm saying, that never happens to me, so I guess I never need to meet a friend named Lotion. Is what I say. Nope. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna get the biggest bottle of lotion, and you're just gonna keep it around. And then you're just gonna pump that baby whenever. But you know what you're gonna do after you shower you're gonna lotion up. The same thing that you're doing to your face, you're doing it to your whole body, girl. And that dry brushing's gonna be, and then you go in the shower, you get those gloves on. I know they're scary, but it's so easy, so cheap. And you're just gonna exfoliate and grab your washcloth and wash. I'm so serious, guys. I'm so serious. I sit next to the smelliest white kid, and I just, like, my parents never taught me this. I had to learn this from Black TikTok. I'm serious, and this is a problem. Y'all, it's a problem. Clean your ass.
Do you think all white people are oppressors?
I'm gonna go with yes.
I am actively feeling oppressed by you, by the way.
Wow.
In what way do you think you're actively oppressing me?
All white people contribute to racism in some way, whether they realize it or not.
In what ways are you actively contributing to racism?
By being a white girl from New York City.
By doing what?
by living here.
So if you left, you wouldn't be contributing to racism at all?
I think I should go back to Edinburgh. I think I should go back to Scotland, where my ancestors are from.
My ancestors are from like Western Africa. Should I go there as well?
If you want to.
So who should stay in America?
Native Americans.
That's it?
I'm pretty radical. Like, I think we should give all the land back. I don't know how.
Are you actively living on stolen land?
Yes.
So if I were to break into your house, you'd let me stay because it's stolen anyways, right?
Maybe.
Let's say you didn't know me.
Okay, you got me. If someone came into my house, I'd probably call the police.
This is actually pretty fun.
If you are a Black content creator here on this app, and you start your videos with, "Dear white people, we don't want your advice." Okay? We don't want your advice. When you start a video like that, you immediately are putting all of us on the defense, because just like you can't help the color of your skin, we can't help the color of our skin. Some of the content creators that I have seen lately on this app, you guys are obsessed with us. You're obsessed. We're not spending our days thinking about you or how we can make offensive videos towards you. Dear Black people, dear Black women, or advice for Black women. I'm not going to give you advice. I don't have any of your lived experiences, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. If I ever came onto this app and I said, "Dear Black women, I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this," you would immediately be put on the defense so fast. You'd be pissed, because you're like, I'm not going to listen to this white woman give me advice on like my hairstyle, how I dress, how I talk, where I live, what I do. I saw a woman on this app yesterday, and the comments they're not disappointing, because you have other Black women in there, Black men, that are all coming at this lady because she started her video that way. It's like, I don't need your advice. Why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed with us and what we're doing?
Well, the reason that it is because it's always been popular, as far as I know, in my lifetime, for Black people to pick at white people. Because Black people for a long time have considered themselves a victim. And so now they're taking this opportunity to get 300, 400, 500, 600 years of reparations back from white people, which is so dumb. It's so stupid, because no person that I know that is alive today has ever experienced any kind of slavery, racism, and all of that stuff. And so now what's happening right now is called culture gatekeeping. And what culture gatekeeping is trying to control the narrative of how other people receive you based off of what you think is your culture. So, for example, there's a lot of Black women that are wrong as far as understanding where cornrows came from. But right now, it is super popular for Black people to have braids and cornrows. So if they see a white person have it, then they're going to start off their video and say, "Dear white people."
It's time to speak up. They're rolling back segregation. They are rolling back segregation. It is now no longer illegal to require separate facilities for people of different races. It is no longer illegal to say, here's the white water fountain and here's the colored water fountain. To be clear, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is still in place and has not been disbanded. But we know what their goal is. There is always step one in a process, and we absolutely know what their goal is. They are rolling back segregation. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Because this time, white people, we are the ones that are going to be on the front crossing that bridge. Do you hear me? We are the ones that are going to stand in the streets. Our Black countrymen have done their time at the front of the lines, and it is our turn. It is our turn to face the water hoses and to face the dogs and to face the tear gas, because we have let this happen. Not on my watch. Not while there is breath in me will we go back. Is anybody out there with me?
Dear white people, if my video lands on your For You page and you don't have a problem with people that look like me, can we be friends? That's all I want to know. And that's all I'm trying to find out.
Watch this video and let's talk about it.
17th is, excuse me, what's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America. They have a Black college. They have a Black month. What do we have? And now they have Juneteenth. Yes, I understand there was slavery, don't get me wrong. But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery. But you don't hear the Jews saying, gimme, 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 gimme. What's the point of Juneteenth? What is it? I don't know.
I'm Dr. Michael H. Ford, and let's talk about what you just saw. So this woman asked the question, what's happening to the white people? She then said they have a Black Miss America, they have a Black college, they have a Black month, and now they have Juneteenth. And then poses the question, what do white people have? Saying that you don't hear the Jews saying, give me, give me, give me, give me. Okay, let's take this point by point. Point number one, remember, for decades, Black women were excluded from the pageant entirely. Vanessa Williams became the first Black Miss America in 1983, nearly 60 years after the competition began in 1921. Representation did not replace anyone, it corrected exclusion. Point number two, HBCUs were founded because Black students were barred from white institutions. The Morrill Act of 1890 required segregated states to provide land-grant colleges for Black students if they refused to integrate. Historically, Black colleges and universities were not handouts. They were parallel systems built because access was denied. Point number three, Black History Month began as Negro Week in 1926, created by historian Carter G. Woodson to confront the systematic erasure of Black contributions from textbooks and public memory. It expanded to a full month in 1976 during the nation's bicentennial. It exists because omission was policy. Point number four, Juneteenth marks June 19th, 1865, when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas were informed of their freedom. More than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, it became a federal holiday in 2021. Juneteenth commemorates delayed freedom and then finished work of equality. Point number five, the Holocaust comparison. Jewish communities absolutely sought justice. In 1952, West Germany signed the Luxembourg Agreement, committing billions in reparations to Holocaust survivors and to Israel. Compensation programs, restitution funds, and formal acknowledgement followed. Black Americans enslaved for nearly 250 years in the United States have never received federal reparations for slavery. The promise of land redistribution in 1865 was reversed. Instead came black codes, convict leasing, redlining, exclusion from GI Bill benefits, and a racial wealth gap that persists today. This is not give me, give me, give me. This is unaddressed harm. This is history without repair. Recognition is not lost. It is not lost to tell the full story. It is not lost to honor delayed freedom. It is not lost to repair documented harm. It is not lost to expand the table. It is not lost when justice reaches everyone. Commemoration is not competition. Justice is not a zero-sum game.
White people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our violence. White violence. No more deflecting. No more blaming everything on everybody else. Let's confront ourselves. White people in America, our history is so extremely violent. And instead of confronting that, we continue to blame other people for the issues and the problems in this country, instead of just taking ownership of our part to play in everything, which is a huge part. Can we stop scapegoating other groups of people, please, and just look at ourselves? White people, it's time to talk about it. Like, it's long past time. Getting rid of other groups of people in this country is not going to make this country better. It's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make you better. I think white people are so scared to talk about race and to talk about white violence and white supremacy because they don't want to connect themselves to it. We don't want to feel like we're a part of the problem. But unless you're acknowledging the reality of how the US, this country, runs, you are a part of the problem. I truly believe in my heart, in my soul, that if you're born a white person in this country or on this planet, but I'll just speak about this country, part of that journey is to dismantle systems that have been built to oppress other people. The hard work of life is to confront yourself. How do I benefit from the way that things are? And how does my benefiting from those things harm other people? And instead of walking around with, 1,000-pound bag of shame on your back, consider it your responsibility to do that work. Consider it an opportunity that you are in the best possible position to make this world a better place by not accepting racist and prejudiced and oppressive systems for what they are and trying to contribute to changing them. Use the privilege that you have for good. I don't think that anybody can ever really love themselves without being honest about themselves, without being honest with themselves. And that work is painful and hard, but it's so worth it. White people, you don't have to consciously think that you're better than other people in order to contribute to harm against them. All it takes to contribute to harm is to stay silent and disengaged. White people, can we finally get this shit right? Can we finally take accountability? Can we finally look ourselves in the mirror and decide that this isn't good enough? We're not doing a good enough job. You aren't losing because somebody else is safe and cared for. You aren't losing because somebody different than you exists. White people, let's talk about it. Let's start having these conversations.
Dear white people, you do not have to smile at every black person that you walk past. I promise you do not have to prove to us that you're not racist by doing that. don't feel obligated. Own your whiteness, bitch.
Another quick message for us white women. Please stop asking black people to explain racism. You already know enough to start. Imagine men saying, I don't get misogyny. Can women explain it again, please? Every day, while women are living it. And that's what you're doing. So it's not education, it's just offloading the work. So if you're white, this is yours to figure out. Please read, listen, call it out, especially with other white people, because racism really doesn't need more explanations. It needs more people willing to challenge it every day.
Dear white people, if my video finds your For You page, I hope you're having an amazing day. Y'all stay blessed.
You know, it's so true. It's so strange because I have all these men that seem to get it. They understand. It's like innate in them to think, hey, I need to save my civilization. Let's have more babies. And then I have all these women going on and on, hating on me, freaking out on me. And they don't get it. And then if they do get it, they're like, yeah, I know, but I don't care. Let the world burn. Let it burn. I don't care. I'm just living for me. It's like, why do we have so many narcissistic women and super based men? This is just not cool.
Dear white people, if this video has popped up on your For You page and you are cool with people that look like me, would you be my friend? That's all I wanted to know. And that's all I was trying to find out.
Dear white people, if my video lands on your For You page and you ain't got a problem with people that look like me, can we be friends? That's all I want to know, and that's all I'm trying to find out.
Art is always political. As the white friend at this event, I'm going to go ahead and say to the women who look like me, to the men who look like me, it's incredibly important to remember that so much of what we love in America comes from black culture, and white people need to show up for black people the way they show up to be entertained by black culture. So, given who's in office and given what we're seeing happening to black and brown communities in our country, we
never apologize for stuff they had nothing to do with. Personally, I am not saying sorry for my dad's sins, let alone my great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad's. I wasn't there. You weren't there. So why would you expect an apology? You don't owe an apology for what your ancestors did. You only owe for your actions. Slavery was not only in America. Slavery was global. It was worldwide. It was not a white invention. Stop acting like you and your entire bloodline are sinless. Should you acknowledge history? Yes. Learn from it? Absolutely, 100%. But apologize for it? No. Unfortunately, too many people are still slaves today.
Dear white people, what have we done to you? Don't give me no BS story talking about y'all didn't do nothing. I'm not that type of person, because the last time I checked, you sat there and built an entire country off of our backs. A country that was ours before it was ever yours. You sat over here and came and stole our land. You talking about the ancestors of mine that sat there and went through the slavery times. The ones that you would use as a house slave. Sit there and have them nourish and sucking from my bosom. At the same token, I was beat. I was spit on. I was degraded. I was deemed as unhumane for the things that you sent me through just because I wanted to learn the American literacy. The dream that we all sit here fighting for in 2026 for every child to have equal rights inside of a school system. You talking about the ones where I pay tuition for my child to go to school at, and I'm still deemed as not enough. You talking about the ones where certain curriculums you leave out on my child. No learning how to balance a checkbook. No learning how to be an entrepreneur. No learning how to build your American dream up or whatever it is. Instead, you turned us into a corporate businessman. I sit here and work my ass off to the bone to get a college degree, and it still ain't enough, and I'm still deemed as overqualified on a job application. Dear white people, what have we done to you?
Dear white people, if my video lands on your For You page, I got one question to ask. Do you mind shopping with a black business owner? That's all I want to know. And that's all I was trying to find out.
Man, I tell you what, nothing makes racist white people more pissed off than me, a white person, trying to educate about racism and trying to educate about what white privilege is and all these things. And it's so funny because these same people will argue with me till they are blue in the face about how they're not racist and we don't live in a racist institution and black and brown people have it so easy and racism doesn't exist anymore. But then they will turn around and say the most racist, ignorant, vile shit you've ever heard in your life. The disconnect is amazing. And this is why I make content like this, because it's so important. Because we do live in a racist institution, and we are all raised in racism as white people. This is simply a fact. And the crazy part about it is every one of us knows this. Even the ones who will sit there and fight with me to the death about it and act like it doesn't exist. Y'all know white people are racist. Y'all know about the casual racism, the casual microaggressions that we are raised in, no matter where we live in this United States of America. And this is why I will never stop. I will never stop trying to educate as a white person about racism and how we need to learn. We need to evolve. We need to do better. It's almost as if they feel like admitting to a racist institution or admitting to racism makes them this evil, terrible person. And so they would rather double down than to grow and be a good person. And that's so bad, because all that says to me is that you have a small mind and a cowardly soul. And I wish better for you than that, truly, because everything in your life will get better when you stop being so ignorant.
Dear white people, if you ever see me on the road, will you greet me? That's all I'm asking. Dear white people, if I ever come across so guys, what do you think about I love that challenge that was done a year ago. It was so interesting because I found it so lovely, because you find out that that's trying to pass a very powerful message, because you find out that many white people, they're always like we know how white people always behave when they see a black person around them. Most of them, sometimes, not all, I have to make it clear, not all white, but there's some white who are very understanding, very nice, very polite, very educated, and but there's these people whereby when they see a black person passing across or coming across them or coming to shop close to them, they feel like they feel like yuck. They see black people as if they you have just seen that video when there's a lady there claiming that how black people sometimes they wear cheap clothes, all those stuff. Like, it's so illiterate to think like that. That means you're not educated as a person. You are not so educated. And I love how black people always respond. They always remain cool, calm, most of them. And that's how you just answer those critics, because you don't fight back. How can you just start fighting back for with an illiterate person? That kind of you'll be kind of abusing that kind of person. What you need to do is just remain silent. You mind your own business, and that's how life goes on. You don't start fighting back, because when you see a madman passing on the road, you don't attack the madman. Even if he starts beating you, you just try to find a way out of that without even beating that up, because that person is not mentally okay. The same happens to those people who criticize black people. They always feel like they are so superior, but in reality, they are nothing. Okay, they are nothing. And that's how we do it here, guys. Guys, what do you think about this video? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to know what you guys think in this particular video. And kindly, guys, remember this video is for education and creating awareness, and does not discriminate any group or any and credit belongs to the original creators of all these videos that you've just seen here. So let me know what you think about this video, and kindly, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and see you in the next one. Stay safe, peace, one love, guys.